Hey guys, how you doing? This is معتز of Ismail speaking. Today our lesson is lesson number 9 and the title is Nicole for President. She is running for the president and we're gonna see how Nicole discusses her plans to run for student body president. Nicole wants Ted to ask her friends to vote for her. Ted agrees in exchange for Nicole's help with his homework. So he's gonna help Nicole. Only one condition is to help him in his homework. We're gonna go very fast to the idioms, and we're gonna see here some idioms we have to discuss before we go to the conversation. Uh, the first one is beside the point, not important, right? Beside the point. And then we have brown noser. Brown noser is a slang word. It's not used in the formal language. A person who's constantly trying to win favor with people above them, such as teachers or bosses, right? So they're looking for more favor to be above other people. Example number 1, Lauren is such a brown noser. She's always telling her teacher how much she enjoys class. Well, those who say good words to the teachers, to the bosses in order to have better position in the job. Number 2, Dennis brought the boss lunch today. What a brown noser. What a brown noser. Okay. Note, you will also see the verb form of this expression, to brown noser. So you can use the to preposition with the infinitive. Example, Dennis is always brown noser, the boss, but I still don't think he's going to get a promotion. So you can use it as a verb, or you can use it as a noun. And this is actually called hyphenated compound adjective. By far, by a wide margin, by a great difference, right? By a great difference. Example number 1, some people think Tom Hanks is by far the best actor in America today, right? By far, by far. Mediterranean Grill is by far the best restaurant in town. No wonder it's so hard to get a reservation there. So by far, by great difference. And we have the same meaning here, synonyms, by a long shot, by far and away, hands down. The other one here is count on someone. Count on someone, to depend on or rely on someone. My brother has a great sense of humor, so I can always count on him to cheer me up. If I can count on you to wake me up, I once set my alarm clock. I'm gonna go to the university, I count on you to take me by your car. So count on you is to rely on you. To be crazy about, I think we have discussed that already in the lesson number 3. Full of oneself is only thinking too much of himself, about his about thinking about him alone. Example number 1, after Angela appeared on the cover of Vogue magazine, she was really full of herself. She was only thinking too much of herself. Example number 2, Mitch thinks he's really great. He is so full of himself. He is so thinking of himself. He is selfish. He is selfish. Let's go down here to get down to business. Get down to business, to get serious. To get serious. No laughing, no longer for laughing. You can't laugh anymore. Example number 1, the book club members spend the first 2 hours of their meeting eating and drinking before finally getting down to business. All of this actually is laughing matter, but when it comes serious, they get down to the business, right? They become very serious. Example number 2, our dinner guests are arriving in 2 hours. We'd better get down to business and start preparing. To be serious. Get or to have under one's belt, to have or to get experience. To have or get experience. Christine had 3 years of working for a large law firm under her belt before leaving to start her own firm. So she got experience from having or working in a large law firm, in a large company, and then she had that experience and go for a new company. Jeremy needs to get an MBA, Masters of Business Administration, under his belt to get the job he wants. Right? So he got Masters in Business Administration, and then to get experience, and then later on he start his own job. Give someone a run for one's money. To be strong competition. To be strong competition. We lost the soccer tournament, but we certainly gave the girls from Stanford High School a run for their money. A run for their money is to make a strong competition. I mean, the Stanford High School was a good and excellent competitive for them. Tina is a good tennis player and always gives me a run for her money. She is a good competitor. Give someone the cold shoulder to be cold to someone's on purpose. To snub someone. That is, for example, when Lisa saw Amber at the mall, she didn't even stop to talk to her. She was ignoring her. She really gave her the cold shoulder. She was ignoring her. She was ignoring her. On purpose. On purpose. She mean it, you know. Like, example number 2, I can't understand why Joe would give you the cold shoulder. I thought you two were good friends. So ignoring you on purpose. Someone here to blow someone's off, and Amber cannot understand why Lisa blew her off at the mall. To not give someone the time of day. To ignore someone. The same, pretty much the same meaning as this one. Pretty much the same. To refuse to pay attention, to ignore someone on purpose. Sandra never gave me the time of day back in college, but now she calls me all the time for advice. Why don't you find a new stockbroker? Yours is always so busy. She barely gives you the time of day. She always ignores you. She always ignores you. Goody goody. Goody goody means self-righteously or smugly good. Goody goodies usually sit on the front row and smile at the teachers during class, saying good words for the teachers, trying to get high grades, and we call them goody goodies. Example number 2, Samantha is a real goody goody. She always offers to erase the blackboard at the end of class. You know the people who always erase the blackboard for the teacher in order to have better consumption on them, and later on they will be having better grades. Those people are called goody goody. Goody goody or goody two shoes, teacher's pet. Teacher's pet. I mean the good animal that is always beside the teacher. It's a deal. When you say someone it's a deal, it means I agree to a proposal or offer. Number 1, you'll make dinner every night for a month if I help you with your homework. Okay? It's a deal. It's a deal. Example number 2, if you rack up all the leaves in front of the house, you'll do the dishes. It's a deal. Or some people they use deal alone without having its a. Or some people they call it done deal. Done deal. Alright. To kid around, to joke around, to tease someone, right? So when you're having a joke with your friend, make funny of him, we call him kid around. Jeremy loves to kid around, so don't be offended by anything he says. Number 2, while they were kidding around, Tim accidentally booked Rob in the eye. He had to be rushed to the emergency room of the hospital. Well, some people they're using not kidding around. Talk into, to persuade someone, to convince someone, to make him get persuaded. Example number 1, Chris didn't want to jump out of the plane, but Erin talked him into it. Example 2, stop trying to talk me into. Stop convincing me. Stop persuading me to the dance club on Saturday night. I already decided that I'm going to Maria's party instead. You scratch my back and I scratch yours. If you do me a favor, I'll do you a favor. Let's cooperate. So one by one, you make me a business, I'll make you the same favor in someone else. Example number one, I'll help you with your homework. If you do the dishes, you scratch me in the back and I'll scratch yours. Alright? So you do homework, I'll do dishes. Okay? If you do the homework, I will do the dishes in return. So scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. Example 2, if I drive you into the city, will you pick up my dry cleaning? You scratch my back and I scratch yours. Alright, let's go very fast to the over here for the conversation between Nicole and Ted and see how they used all these information. And you see here, I've decided to run for the body president. If I'm going to become a senator one day, I should get some experience under my belt to receive some experience, to have some experience. Andrea Jenkins is also running. She will give you a run for the money. She is a very hard competitor. Andrea Jenkins is an idiot, crazy, stupid person. I am by far, by great difference, the better candidate. Don't be so full of yourself. Full of yourself is thinking too much of himself. I might vote for Andrea. Stop kidding around. Stop joking around. Let's go down to business. Let's get serious and need your help. You want me to help you? Yes, I need you to talk to my friends into voting for me. Convince them, persuade them. But you never give my friends the time of day. You always ignore them. All you give them is the cold shoulder. Always ignore them on purpose. That's because they've got blue hair and nose rings. Well, they're better than your friends, a bunch of goody-goodies and brown nosers. Goody-goody is someone who's doing all the best for the teachers to get grades, alright? The same thing here, brown nosers. Beside the point. That's beside the point. That's not important. Let's talk about your friends and their votes. Okay, you scratch my back and I scratch yours. You do me a favor and I'll do you a favor in return. If you do my chemistry homework, I'll help you get the votes. Not crazy about that idea. I don't like that idea. But okay, it's a deal. It's a done deal. I agree. I hope I can count on you. I can rely on you. Let's listen very fast here for the listening so we can get the accent. Alright, let's go for number 9.
Lesson 9. Nicole for President. Nicole and Ted discuss Nicole's plans to run for student body president. Nicole wants Ted to ask his friends to vote for her. Ted agrees in exchange for Nicole's help with his homework.
I've decided to run for student body president. If I'm going to become a senator one day, I should get some experience under my belt now.
Andrea Jenkins is also running. She'll give you a run for your money.
Andrea Jenkins is an idiot. I'm by far the better candidate.
Don't be so full of yourself. I might vote for Andrea.
Stop kidding around. Let's get down to business. I need your help.
You want me to help you?
Yes, I need you to talk your friends into voting for me.
But you've never given my friends the time of day. All you give them is the cold shoulder.
That's because they've got blue hair and nose rings.
They're better than your friends, a bunch of goody-goodies and brown nosers.
That's beside the point. Let's talk about your friends and their votes.
Okay, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours. If you do my chemistry homework, I'll help you get the votes.
I'm not crazy about that idea, but okay, it's a deal. I hope I can count on you.
Alright, then we have, after these things, we have a bunch of questions, and I think you should read very carefully again the idioms, and then you choose the best answer for this. If you have any questions, please ask me or contact me, and I'll be happy to answer questions. This is معتز Ismail speaking. Thank you so much for your time, and see you next time.